Ducati 748 brake calipers. We have to rebuild the rear. That is nasty. The rear, the two fronts, and if we have time, we'll put back together the master cylinders. I looked through some stuff on trying to get master cylinder rebuild kits. It was kind of a pain in the ass, and they weren't the right size, the whole thing. So I'm gonna clean them and just put them back in. If they leak, then I'll replace them, but that's for now. They look okay, but so the big thing we're doing right now is just getting these taken apart, because I do have seal kits for these. Man, these things are nasty. They don't look like it, but I have torn these things apart, degreased them, scrubbed them down, but they're still nasty. But anyways, I have seal kits for these, but I also have brand new bolts for everything. So hopefully once I get these apart, I'll replace all the seals. And then kind of, before I put the seals in, I'll give them another go at cleaning, and then new seals, new bolts, and then get them on the bike. I'll clean the pins and stuff. I have some other stuff that I need to get out of my my boxes over here. There's a whole big box over there. Actually, let me set you guys down real quick, and I'll go get that box. Let's see if I can get you guys set up here. Sweet. I think, yeah, there we go. Scoot you out. I have like one of those cheap Chinese phone holders, and for some reason it's kind of wanted to stop holding the phone that well. It's on. I don't know what. There it goes. There we go. So yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Let's see. I can scoot you over a little bit, twist you a little bit this way. It's like a little bendy thing. So I apologize for bounciness. Let's see. Can you guys see? Probably a little bit lower. Let's try that. Try that. Yeah. That's you guys will be able to see me working on this stuff. But the main thing is we gotta get these torn apart. Let me get the other box of stuff. Scuff pads for cleaning. And then let me get the other box. It's a little bit out of frame. That has all the rebuild kits in it. Rebuild seals. There we go. And pads, seals and pads and all kinds of good stuff. So this is all the good stuff we have here. So I just want to get you guys kind of up to speed on what we're doing, or what we're going to be doing tonight. Just rebuilding Brembo brake pads, putting some cheap pads in them. I'll probably upgrade to what is it, ECB, whatever it is, or what is it? Oh, I can't even remember. Anyways, these are just cheap brakes that will do the job for now, but all the rebuild kits are Brembo specific. So there's that. What else do I need to do? I need to get my camera recording, because you guys are behind the scenes. Hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Yeah, we got a lot of things to do tonight. I'm hoping it doesn't take that long. The biggest hurdle is gonna be getting the air. I'd clean these like crazy to hopefully whenever I do use an air gun, the pistons will come out cleanly and I can get them all out. If it doesn't, I'll have to unbolt everything first and then use the air gun or the air compressor to get them out. That's kind of the only issue I foresee right now. But let's go ahead and get started. You guys are gonna see over here, I got my camera. This is for the long format video stuff. So if you guys go to my main channel, you'll see all the actual long format videos, but you guys are getting the behind the scenes of what it takes to actually do the stuff that you see on those videos. Because those videos, it's like, oh, it was like a minute of him rebuilding the brakes. It's like, no, it was a whole entire couple nights, and then a lot of cursing and a lot of just other stuff to get it done. And yeah, so anyways, let's go ahead. Let me get this camera rolling, get it set up. And you'll hear me get quiet every now and then, and that's just because the style of my videos, or the long format videos, are more of like I don't want to say ASMR, but they're definitely more focused on the sounds and like the atmosphere of rebuilding stuff. So let's see, autofocus off. How's the lighting? Lighting looks okay. Yeah, you're not focusing. Focus. Gotta focus on the brake pad. Focus. There it goes. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff out. I have to do a little montage of pulling the brakes out and pulling the brake pads out. What's up, William? Well, I had to buy EGC sensor and the throttle pedal position. Oh man, damn. That sucks. It sucks when you have to buy new parts that you're not expecting, because it's always like, yeah, oh, this is a perfect example. So they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna mail you this Brembo kit, and I was like, cool, it's specifically for your front calipers. I was like, awesome. And then I looked at the brake bleeders. I was like, those are M10. I need an M8. That's not gonna work. So like, yeah, there's always something with rebuilding and ordering in a crap ton of parts that there's always gonna be some hiccup. So that's one of the things you won't see me putting in on these, because I actually had to special order these because they have a very unique tip shape that comes specifically from Brembo. I can't just use like off-the-shelf bleeders because the actual cone shape is different and it won't sit right. So yeah, there you go. I know your pain, William. It sucks. Oh yeah. '2007 Dodge Caravan. There we go. All right, let's go ahead. Let me get filming. You guys will hear a little beep, and that's just me filming. So let's see here. I'm just gonna do a little montage of me pulling this stuff out, because again, you guys are behind the scenes, and I'm filming with my other camera for the long format stuff. So let's see what we got. Okay, so we got Brembo kits. More Brembo kits. Brake pads. Brake caliper. Another brake caliper. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. I have to figure this thing out. This thing's stripped as can be. I gotta figure that thing out. Well, I might have to rebuild this caliper with this strip bolt on it. That might be fun. But if you guys have any ideas on how to remove stripped nut, I don't have the socket style removers. I only have like the Allen socket head adapter removers. I don't have like an external one. So I might get some vice grips on that or something, but yeah, I gotta get that one off. I think that might be Shore one. And this what was this? This is the clutch line. So I don't need this right now. So that's out of the way. So that's out of the way. Go ahead and get this stuff going. Let's see here. All right, we got brake calipers. Get some gloves on real quick. I bought just some gloves from Amazon because I'm always getting cuts and always getting that stuff. I just got to wait till I get my next paycheck so I can pay someone to put it on. Yeah, that's how it is. Just, I don't want to deal with it anymore. Just someone else do it, please. Yeah, a lot of times I run into that with my daily driver car. And then every now and then if there's welding or painting or whatever, I can do it, but I'm not good at it. So I just like, yeah, someone else can do it. Anyways, these gloves from Amazon, I highly recommend them. They're probably like whenever you search like mechanics gloves, they're probably the first sponsored one that comes up. I was really surprised. They fit really snug, but they're easy to get your hands in. Even when I'm like kind of hot and sweaty, for some reason, they're not powdered, but what are these? What are these? Titan something? Titan Flex? I don't know. I've had several gloves from like Harbor Freight, Home Depot, even like Kroger, like just random gloves, but I've never bought, mechanics gloves, but I don't know, these things were cheap and it was like a pack of 50 of them. And the texture, I thought the texture thing was kind of like a dumb add-on, like, oh, it's got texture, but it really does help. And yeah, I can't recommend these enough. These are actually pretty good. So if you guys are gonna be doing work, I recommend those. All right, what do we want to do first? You know what? Let's just do this. Let's go ahead and get this guy undone first. Alright, let's get this. I need some. Get this pen out. Man, everything on here is so rusted. So let's see if I can get this out. Maybe not. Man, look at that. That is rusted. Ugh. This bike was sitting in a barn for I think 10 years, and I've replaced almost all the fasteners, all the bolts, all the hose clamps, anything metal that secures something. I've replaced it. Well, I am handicapped, so I can't do the work. Oh, damn. Yeah, that kind of puts a kink in things when you can't fucking move around and do it properly. Yeah, that sucks. Feel your pain though. Let's see here. Let's try. That's a one tool I actually don't have. I don't have punches. I need to get some of those. I don't have punches or anything. I just end up using like a socket or something. Let's see here. I have to push this thing out. Let me see if I can give it a little. If you guys watch Project Farm at all, that YouTube channel where he reviews things, I highly recommend watching him. He does a bunch of testing on products, and I didn't believe he did one on penetrating oil because I always use just like, oh, WD-40, but I was one of the people that I didn't know what that meant. It was water disbursement number 40. I don't know what the 40 means, but I didn't know it meant water disbursement. I thought it was like a penetrating, but it kind of penetrates, but not really. This stuff, look, a wrench dominates. Like I put it on a stuck bolt, walk away for 10 minutes or so, and we're in business. Like it's crazy how good this stuff is. I know WD-40 has come out with more lines of stuff, but I recommend the OG Hook a Wrench because they had an older style can. They've been around for a while, but I really enjoy Liquid Wrench. There's several cases where it's like saved me. Let's see if I can get this in one shot. Hopefully, let's see here. Good, nope. Let's see, am I in frame? Oh, I'm gonna go up a little bit. Let's try something else. I need something with a little bit more heft. A little bit more size. Let's do this. I just got this one replaced. This number 6. If you guys need to buy tools from AutoZone, Duralast, they have a lifetime thing. I rounded off a couple of these and just took them in. Like, oh yeah, sure, here, we'll replace them for you. I was like, all right, sweet. I thought it was only like Harbor Freight that did that. I knew like the big tool trucks did that, but I didn't know they did it. Yeah. Is that oil based? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it's oil based. It's Acinate penetrate. Oh, that's pretty sure it is. Directions provides optimal. I mean, it feels liquidy, like oil. Yeah, it's a lubricating oil. Yeah, glycol ether, polyester, corrosion inhibitors, PTFE, blah 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 blah, and then carbon dioxide for the propellant. So it's an oil for sure, but it does a really good job. And like I said, go watch Project Farm's YouTube channel. And he does kind of ghetto testing, but he kind of proves a point with his testing, which is cool. Let's see if I can get this. Gotta line that up wrong. Try not to have the pin in the way. There we go. Just enough where I can get that to move. Alright, let's see if we can get this done. Don't pinch fingers. There it goes. Nice. Oh, it's gonna need a little bit more love. A little bit more love than that. We can push it up. Oh god, that's crunchy. Oh, that's crunchy. Let's see if I can just pull it out. Oh, come on. Let's try the bigger one, the bigger snips. I don't know I know these are called needle nose. Do these have a specific name? Broad nose? Big nose? So oil, Snap-on tools is good. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Snap-on tools, obviously I'm a do-it-yourselfer guy. If I have a shop and whatever, I might go with it. Man, that is, just showing the camera up here, that is rusted. I'm gonna have to attack that with some Scotch-Brite and some different oil. All right, let's get these. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this is probably the worst set of brakes I've ever seen. Oh, tell me I don't have to replace this. Nope, looks, the coating on that looks pretty good. That's not rusted, it's just dirty. That's good news. But, oh man. Oh, oh wow, there's a giant dead spider nest in here. I don't know if you guys, hold on, let me get this out first. Oh wow, that is gnarly. It wasn't as big as I thought, but there's dead, crusty spiders in there. If you guys go watch the other live that I did when I was taking these apart, there was so many dead spiders everywhere. Holy crap, look at that. I've never seen a brake pad like delaminate like that. That's pretty intense. Yeah, that's rusty. Oh wow, can't touch it, it just starts flaking. Yeah, well at least there was some, this was the rear caliper, but yeah, that's a little crusty. So really, even though I got the cheap Amazon niche brake pads, I think those will do better than this. So set that off to the side with all this junk and spider webs that came off of it. Nice. But yeah, those are pretty bad. Those are pretty bad. I had ended up cleaning those and scrubbing those. I haven't scrubbed this one, obviously. Let me get some fluid down here. Which hole was it? Is this one? Both of these are 10s. Let's get some fluid down there. I don't know if it's going to get down there, but I might have to just, because these are separate blocks. Yeah, I'll probably just undo these. Speaking of, like I said, I use this stuff on everything, and it does a good job. Let's see here. Wipe off the Brembo through the dark, thick stuff. Yeah, we'll attack that one here in a second. So let's put our trusty hammer off to the side for right now. You guys will be cleaned. All right, let's go with this guy. Is this separated? Yeah, I can probably just go ahead and separate these instead of trying to, I gotta turn on the compressor too. You guys over there, here, over there, you over here, put this away. All right, what are you? Are you 6 or 5? I think you're 5. Where are you? Actually, I don't trust this one. This one's a little wobbly. These Duralasts are okay, but I do not fully trust them. I have some Milwaukee impact rated bits that I've put them through hell and back, and even with my impact obviously, and they have never rounded. So I sometimes use these sockets on light stuff, but I always use the Milwaukees on stuff that I'm worried about. Hey, what's up, Ethan? Carlos, what's up, dude? Hey, we're just working on brakes. You might hear some random cursing if this all goes bad, but just know it's not directed at you. It's just at my life decisions of wanting to rebuild really old, ratty, barn-find motorcycles with limited tools and money. So, yeah. So I always just put a little bit of this stuff everywhere on the front and back. And one trick that, I don't know if it's just me, get something metal and just tap metal on metal. You don't have to do it really hard, but it's just like the ultrasonic cleaners that you guys have seen. It's a vibration that helps penetrate. And so I do that. I don't do it hard to hurt the metal, but it's just that little bit of vibration actually helps the oil get in. It is from here, I'll kind of pan you guys over so whoever's watching, we got a couple people watching. Sweet. What's up, guys? This is what we're working on. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Ducati 748. This was the iconic model of motorcycles in the early 2000s, like 90, what is it, 96 to 2004, I think? I can't remember, but this was the smallest displacement. But you probably saw this motorcycle and Matrix, the Matrix Unplugged, I think. That was the one that they rode off the 18-wheeler to run away from those white, long-haired guys. But you also saw like infamous pictures of it with Mike Tyson on a bright yellow one. What is this? God, what's a famous racer? There's a famous racer who won a bunch of championships on it, but it's an iconic motorcycle. I had a picture of it in my bedroom because they were really big in the early 2000s, right when I was like middle school. So yeah, it's a cool bike. Oh, and we ran out of battery on the camera. That's okay. That's the only thing I gotta do with like doing lives. I get caught up talking to you guys and then I forget my camera's rolling. So it's like, it's whatever. But anyways, these Brembos came off of it. This bike has been sitting over in a actual barn for I think it was 10 or 12 years. And I'm coming to the end of this rebuild. I've got 90% of the stuff on. All I have to do is the brakes and then the electrical. Electrical is good, and then I have to get rust out of the gas tank. That's never fun. And I actually got that thing painted and then I left it in the garage, but then I'm in Houston, Texas, and it's super humid here. I have a 1985 Yamaha Craftsman. Yeah, there we go. What is it? What is that? 1985. So that's like FC 400s, FG 600s, or is that 1990? I can't remember. I actually rebuilt a 1990 FC 400. So I think I have something similar, or that's probably the, I don't know, I can't guess. I don't know those aero bikes, but anyways, let me go grab another battery for my camera real quick so we can keep rolling. 400, yeah, there we go, yeah, because that was right when like the two-stroke 250 GPs and the 500s were around, I think. I can't remember, I'm talking to ass. Let me see here, let me get a new battery. Let's just go ahead and plug this and keep it by us. I have a power strip right here, but I should go ahead and keep it right here next to us. Oh, come on. All right, which one has battery? Yeah, see, these little tiny ass batteries. I don't have a big camera set up. It's not like a fancy camera. It's just like a little point and shoot camera, but it does get the job done. Let's see, is it this way? I got it, this way. But the batteries are tiny, and so if I'm continuously recording, they die pretty fast. So I have like this pack. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have like a pack of 3 that are constantly charging, just so I can swap them out. But yeah, those earlier bikes were kind of wild because that was before people really developed body positions when racing. So everyone like hung their butt way off. Just talking about like racing aspects and stuff, but yeah, it was a different time then. Let's see here. There we go. Maybe that's good. All right, record. There we go. Record. All right, so now we're gonna do some fun stuff. We're going to try and after, what was that, like a couple minutes, we let that liquid wrench sit on these rusty bolts. Let's go ahead, grab the trusty M12 stubby. It even has the, what was it, 2.0 battery on it. I have a 4 that actually is a lot stronger, but don't have it right now. Let's get some safety gear. I had a bolt snap one time and hit me right in between the eyes without safety glasses. If you guys are doing anything high torque or anything with bolts under stress, just put on goggles. Yeah, I don't know if you can still see it. You can't really see it. I had a scar right in between my eyes from that bolt hit me. And if it had gone a little bit to left or right, I don't think I'd have both eyeballs right now. So, highly recommend. Earplugs, I got them, but most of the time it'll be all right. So let's see here. Let's see here. All right, so we're going loose, right? Yeah, loose. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get it. It does not want to play nice. Let's see. Even this was flashing. So a lot of times when this is flashing, it means it's maxing out. Dang. That gives me sad feelings. Normally this thing can really get over anything. This is gonna be a setup for putting it in the vise and getting a big breaker bar on it. Yeah, unless, what do you guys recommend? Do you guys do heat? I don't know, it's got all the nice paint on here. If I put a bunch of heat on it. All right, let's see here. Damn. And my little girl's trying to go to sleep, so that's, oh man. Shit. Well, that's not exciting. And that concludes the episode. We can't do anything. I'm just kidding. I'll figure out something. I think we'll have to move over. I have this little vise over here. Because it's just out of frame. But we'll have to, instead of doing impact, I have to go old school and do breaker bar setup. Let me wipe off my hands. Get this kind of out of your way. Yeah, so if you guys were betting that Milwaukee was going to get the job done, you were sadly disappointed. What's up? I work on cars and I have to put my hands in the engine bay. Cut my hand on a sharp piece of metal. Oh yeah, dude, I've done that so many times. I've actually cut my hand on this bike so many times because it's a trellis frame, meaning the frame is just a bunch of tubes. But when I was disassembling it, it has all these hose clamps. But all the hose clamps were kind of just worn down, a little bit rusted or whatever. And I got little nicks and cuts and I was panicking because I was like, all those fucking things are rusty. I have tetanus, I'm fucked. But yeah, I actually went and got a shot because I was so worried about it. But you reaching in all in through there, there's so many like little, like these things are razor sharp. I don't know if you see those. Those are the mounts for the body work. Dude, I cut myself so many. So these will help a little bit, but I don't know. All right, we gotta stop the camera. We're gonna move some things around. I'm gonna readjust you here. So I'll give you guys a quick tour while I have the camera off. All right, don't fall. Don't fall. All right. I'm talking to the camera, not me. Not like I'm drunk or anything, but I'll give you guys a quick tour of the bike that I'm restoring. So, like I said, all of these fasteners are brand new. See how everything's shiny, bolts. You can really see it on the heads when I did the valve clearances. All the hose clamps are new. I still have, like, all these bolts are new. There's only maybe, I don't know, 5% new that are really specialty bolts, like these. I couldn't find anything that matched these, or anything that was pre-installed that I didn't have to mess with, but anything that I had to undo to get to something, I just made sure I put a new bolt on it. Even flat washers, new well nuts. I had to take off the rear subframe to work on putting a new key lock in, because the old key lock was all jacked up, and there's the original key hiding in there, but it was all jacked up, so I had to get a new key set. In order to replace the this thing, I could not get to it. It either meant I had to drop the shock or move this, and I was like, 4 bolts. Well, all 4 bolts of those were C's, and I had to like fucking cut them off. I was like, all right, well, looks like I'm getting new bolts for these. But yeah, and then I had to refurbish everything. The wheels have been painted. You can see where someone had painted this red, and I used citrus strip to get most of the paint off, but I have to go over these with a Scotch-Brite pad to get rid of the rest of the red. But yeah, you can see all the fasteners are all new. And for someone who's like, oh, cool, they just look like fasteners. If you'd have seen the before, oh my God, it would have been like, holy shit, night and day. And I have a huge bag over there because I kept all the fasteners because I have ambitions of, you know, doing like what some other people do and buying replating kits for their bolts. So I was like, yeah, you know, one day I'll get all these old bolts together and I'll acid dip them and replate them. I'm gonna do it. I haven't done that yet, so I'm hoping that after this bike's done, and then I can get after it. Put my hands in. They sell new cars. They sell new bicycles. Who sells new cars and who sells new bicycles? Dylan Hadley? Think so? Anyways, let's try This way. This is a gun vise. It's kind of cool. I never need like a really intense, like 1,000-pound vise to hold something because I'm working on smaller stuff. I don't need to like crush metal or hold metal while I'm like beating the shit out of it. I don't need to fabricate stuff that often. So I found this vise that actually articulates. It's a ball mount, and it's really useful when I'm doing forks. When I take the forks out, I can mount them in here, and I can hold it with them spilling fork oil out into a catch pan, and then I move them over here, and then I can have them diagonal over the table while I'm working on them. This thing has just been really surprising. It's got a lock pin that holds it either vertical or horizontal, and it's got these add-on, I don't know if you call them add-on, they call them gun fit sleeves, smart jaw, but all it is a couple pins, and it holds plastic jaws on one side with a pipe fitting. I don't know if you guys know that. It's like a triangle piece, and then a foam side. So if I'm messing with something soft like my forks, I don't want metal on them or hard plastic because that can even jack them up. I want something soft, and it's got foam. So I was like, wow, this might be for guns, but it's definitely for exactly what I need. So actually, now that I say that, I actually just want to do the plastic right now because this is a painted surface, and I don't really want to jack it up. So, and like I said, it's just held in by these 4 pins. And yeah, it's a really good setup. So if you guys are looking for, I guess you could call this a light duty vise, I highly recommend the, what is this thing called? I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Smart Jaws Gun Fit Sleeves. No, that's not it. Master Vise. That's kind of bad branding. Like, they don't put the name of the vise on here. I'm trying to like give them a shout out, and they don't even put the name on it. Anyways, let's go ahead and try and get this in here. Let's see here. How should I do this? Maybe something like this. Trying to think, because if I'm wanting to torque on it that way, because I'm wanting to loosen it, I think that will be best. Right about there. All right, so this is going to be one that needs the pin, I think. Yeah, we'll lock it in place, vertical. There we go. See, it's locked in place, but then it's also got this pressure fit thing that also helps with it. There we go. All right, so now that that's locked in place, I'll kind of move you guys over just to see if we are a full success, or a full fail. Let's see here. And you guys get to check out the backside of that 748. These D&D exhausts came from Texas, which is cool. Fort Worth, Texas. I installed them back in the day, but I never had a motorcycle at that time. I was a little young. Because I think they were like early 90s that D&D was big. I know they're big into cruisers now, but for a while they were, also pretty big with sport bikes. All right, let's get this going here, and you'll hear the little doot. All right, so we're recording that. Let's try again to see if we can get these loose. The impact didn't do it, which kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping that would do it. Oh, you know what? For giggles, let's give it one more try. Maybe it just needed a better position. All right, so let's see here. That's in there. In there. Let me make sure this is tight. It's not very tight. And again, like I said, it's not a super heavy duty. Let's see here. Oh, it just came loose. Hold on. Oh, please, Let me see if I can get this kind of better in. Is that better? I don't know really what this is grabbing onto. Feels better. Yeah, there we go. All right, try number 2. All right, here we go. You guys ready? What are y'all's bets? You think it'll come loose or it won't come loose? Leave y'all's guesses in the comments, because if not, we have to, oh fuck. This is the trouble. I have my workbench, but it has 2 drawers that pull out, and I have my tripod for my camera and the tripod for the live setup. It's just another tripod, but I always end up forgetting to grab the tools I need before I get the stuff all in the way. But let's see here, see if I can get this all out. There's that, and then let's see if I can get this out. Hold on, let me move this real quick. All right, let's move this. Let's get a adapter to a 3/8. What was it, a 5? Oh, damn it. I don't really want to use this 5. I don't trust these Duralast that much, but it's what we got to work with. And this is the biggest breaker bar I got, so this is the setup. All right, let's see here. All right, so that's back up, but hopefully Milwaukee will do us good. Keep giving us hope. All right, let's see here. All right, who guessed Milwaukee will get it done? Actually, yeah, fuck it. I think I have the other one ready to go. All right, let's give this a shot. Who says yes? Who says no? No, no one cares. All right, let's do this. All right, let's see. Left. Okay. All right, let's see here. Oh, man, that's so fucking loud. All right, let's give it one more whirl. Damn. All right, that's not happening. Let's see if we can just, you know what? See if we can do it with this. Oh, there we go. Sometimes hand tools are your friend. Look at that. That's beauty. Oh, I do feel better that I'm using the Milwaukee one. There we go. Oh, that one doesn't feel good. Alright. Let's try a different one. This one. Oh, it doesn't make me feel good. What about you? How are you feeling? Oh yeah, you're one to go. Sweet. 2 out of 4. Alright, let's who's going? Who's got this one? Yeah, I know heat would help, but I'm scared I'm gonna screw up this. I'm pretty sure there's a paint. And I did a blowtorch once on some calipers and I really fucked it up and I was like, oh, I gotta paint these now. So I'm hoping that I can just get these out without heat. I know it would help, but fingers crossed, no strip because I hate drilling shit. All right, here we go. Come on. Oh yeah, you're going loose. Nice. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. All right, now, so we know those guys are friendly. What about you? Oh, okay, let me give it a kick with the impact real quick. Just give it a little kiss, a little wake-up call. Because this impact is pretty damn strong. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When it's on setting 3, it does not play around. Let's see, double check. I snapped a bolt once because I was being dumb, and when I grabbed the gun, I accidentally hit the forward button, and I had it on 3, and I just was like, BAM! And then it just snapped the bolt right off. I was like, fuck, I hit the wrong way. So don't do that. Always make sure you grab under the switch and don't kick it into forward. And think you're loosening something and you're actually over-tightening it. All right, now I'm all freaked out. All right, lefty-loosey, ready, tight, yes. All right, here we go. All right, a little kiss. My wife's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be like, Norris, the child's sleeping. Like, this is the only time I get to fucking work on my stuff. All right, here we go. Let's, we gave it a little kiss. All right, there we go. What is twisting in here? Oh, what's going on here? Did I jack up something? There's a lot of play in this thing. All right, let's try that again. That scared me. I was like, what the fuck is this? There we go. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed. No strip. Just come out. Just come out. Oh! I don't know what that was. Let's see. Let's, go for broke. Did that jump? No, I don't think it jumped. I think that was the bolt moving. I think. There goes my trusty Milwaukee. Oh, well, at least it didn't strip. That was kind of impressive. But yeah, heat would help. Yeah, I agree. Yes. Dang. That's a bummer. Well, it's pretty impressive though. That was a clean break. I might have to watch some Project Farm, see who makes the best bits. See if I can get this Ellison Magnum. Let's see. Had a nice spark when it came off. Let's see. And I don't think it was stripping. I think it held on, which is pretty impressive too. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, it didn't round at all. It couldn't take the heat. It snapped right off. Dang. Well, that puts a kink in things. Alright, let's just go ahead and give him some more penetrating oil. And, magical blah, 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 blah. Come on. Alright, let's see here. I have this one. Let's see. Let's give this one a go. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. No, this one is fucking shitty. I can feel it rounding. Oh, damn. I might have to let that one sit. Shit. It's never fun. Let's see how these look. Yeah, good thing I got this specialty Lowe's. You know what? I'm thinking of something before I jack that one. If I undo all of these, map gas, I know I need to get a setup like that. You won't hurt that caliper. They're supposed to get hot. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't have map gas. I don't have the blowtorch, and I had that at my old house, but I had to leave it. Anyways, let's see. Where did I put that thing? I have an idea. It might work. It might not. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get the bolts out first. But you guys got to see some fireworks. You got to see a Milwaukee impact bit snap. That was a big spark. But again, why you wear protective glasses? Let's see. These actually don't look bad. Like, they're not deplated, they're not rusty. Like, I'm quite surprised. I don't know why this one got so jacked up. And it's funny because, like, even on the edge of it, or the end of it, it wasn't the rustiest one. There was another one that was super rusty. I was like, oh, why aren't you coming undone? All right, let's see here. Got these out. My idea is maybe I can separate and twist, but there's O-rings there, and I don't know if there's a stop there. Let's see, because if I go, where's the thing? So if I go like this, pull like that, that should come loose a little bit. So let me reposition you guys, and I'm gonna kind of give this some weird love. See if I can, let me get some more looby doob down here, see if it wants to release. Always tapping shit, because it does work. Like it's like a, oh man. Okay, let's move back. I'm gonna give myself some more room. Maybe hammer on this with a mallet to see if I can get it to twist. A lot of times if a bolt that's holding two things together doesn't want to come out, and you can get one of the pivot points out and you can wiggle it, it can break whatever's binding it. So I'm hoping that will be the case. So let's see here. Let's stop recording. I think I cursed. I don't know if I cursed. I've been getting better about cursing because we have a little 3-year-old daughter and she is quick. I drop the F-bomb, she drops it, and I said, no, I said frog. Oh, frog. So I've actually been getting better about cursing. You can get a yellow bottle of MAP gas at your local hardware store for like 30 bucks. I get a nice hot, will come out much easier than drilling it out. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, I think I'll give it a little try and twist it. If it doesn't twist, yeah, I think that's what it's gonna come down to, because there are some other bolts that I know I'm gonna have to fucking use some gas on because they're just completely corroded. So let's see here. What do we need to do? Man, it's a bummer. I wasn't expecting this thing to break because these bits are so strong. I've put them through fucking hell. Like I've put it with my, what is it, 4 amp hour, or what is this? Yeah, the lithium 4.0, which is a bigger, stronger battery. And I've had it on 3 on some stuff and just like hammering away, like letting it run like, and this thing didn't strip, didn't break, but finally the bolt will come loose. So dang, I wasn't expecting these things to break, but constant tension is a little bit different than impact. I don't know if it's just the quickness of the stress compared to like, goddamn, someone just went flying down the street, versus like constant tension. Put these up here. This over here. Let's see. All right, come here, buddy. All right, get you guys set up. You guys can see it. Sweet. All right, you guys can see it. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna get my camera back set up. You hear the little beep. So let's see here. See if we can get this apart, because we just have the one, and the twist motion would be goes that way. Be this way. Let's see. Let's give it a little bit of a, can't hurt. A little bit back this way. There it goes. We got some movement. All right. See, we got, if you guys can see, it's a little bit of movement, but if we can get it to move just enough, it'll break whatever is binding that bolt. So that's a little trick for you. If you don't have gas, big nice heavy blowtorch to heat things up. But let me show the camera real quick. Get it moving. All right, so I need it to go this way. So I need to go back this way. I need to go down. All right, let's see here. Where's the bolt? There it is. Yeah, it's kind of moving. It's kind of moving. Let me give this just some love taps to remind it that I'm trying to get it to come out. And I'm trying not to do it on the table because it's really fucking loud. It's a tabletop Husky. It's like one of the adjustable benches that moves up and down. But whenever I put anything on it, you can hear it. It is the loudest fucking drum ever. And our little 3-year-old is in bed right now. And even though the garage is, it's pretty far away from where she is, but you can still hear it. So anytime I'm trying to do banging or beating, I'm trying, maybe I can put it on the floor real quick. Hold on. Hold, please, while I try and beat the shit out of this thing on the floor. It needs to go that way. Let's see here. Let's give it a roll back. It's moving a little bit. Let's see. It's got brake fluid coming out, which was good. These are coming out. We got lube, brake fluid, all kinds of stuff. Get out of here. Hold on a second. Let me get this floor. So step in it and bring brake fluid in the house. You need to start wearing like shop specific shoes. All right, let's see here. Come on. It's moving a little bit more each time I wiggle it back and forth. Let's go that way. Let's go that way. Is this thing moving? Yeah, this side's moving. See? See that little bit of edge showing? That means it is twisting. So we are working that loose, which is slow going, but like I said, this is what we got to work with. Let me give it a few love taps. All right, it's getting down. Oh, yeah, it's getting down in there. That went through. So we have penetration. Yeah, that went through. That's the trick. See, like, you guys won't see it. It's puddled up right there, but you tap it a couple times. And it's gone. So it's getting through there. Just don't know. All right, let's just keep going. Keep giving it. Yeah, we're getting a lot of movement now. So that, like I said, liquid wrench really does do stuff in a short amount of time. Like W40 and all that stuff, it takes a minute. Again, I'm just holding this. There we go. Let's see here. Can't really, it's such an awkward thing. I can't really grab it. Give it a little pull, a little push, a little wipe down. See if I can give this a little bit more love. A little bit more love. There we go. All right. Let's get back at it. A few more whacks and blows, and then we'll try again at loosening this bolt. Ooh, there we go. See that? That is getting loose. See? Yes, success. Ghetto plan is working. Yes, it's working. Quote of the day: if it doesn't want to let go, just start beating the shit out of it till it does let go. So that means, maybe we're gonna have this back in. Let's see. I got the O-ring right there. Hold on. Where's that O-ring? There we go. We can see the O-ring. Let's go ahead and get that guy out. We have a replacement kit for everything, but this will get in the way. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can get it back. So I need it to go, yeah, so this way. So it should come this way. Yeah, we're going the right way. Look at that. Yes. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, still not enough oomph with hands. Aha! I let go. Looky there. Should have thought of that before. So now that means I can just go like this. Well, it's a learning curve. We learned what not to do. Yes. I'm excited. Didn't want to say it out loud, but I was about to give up. My favorite bit broke, but I had, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more big bolts to go. All right. If you look at it, it's really not corroded. Like, it's got a little bit there, but yeah, that's the things you run into with old bikes. Yeah. Everything's okay. Yep, everything looks okay. Check this one out. Yeah, all seals, all the faces look okay. Remember, whenever I go this way, I'm showing the camera, and the camera is for the long format stuff. Sweet, that is exciting. All right, so now we just gotta pop these out with a little bit of air. Oh, I gotta turn on my compressor for a bit. Shit. Let me just turn that on for just a bit. I should do it. My phone's about to blow up with my wife going, "What the fuck are you doing?" Child's trying to sleep. Just trying to get some stuff done. It's the only time I can get it done. All right, let's see here. Let me find some protection for if 60 PSI turns out to be way too goddamn much and these things want to fucking go to the moon. Where is, here we go. All you need is a little padding. All right, let's see here. What do we do with it? Right, oh, shit. See, here's the crank for the, for my bench. Just like a little bloop, and you crank it up and crank it down. It's pretty sweet. It really came in handy if you go to my main YouTube channel and watch the long form of my 2020 Speed Triple RS rebuild. I had to rebuild the engine on that because a guy low-sided it and broke the case, but it was so small that I didn't notice it until I was like, oh no, I have to take the complete engine apart to go get it fixed. So anyways, you guys go check that out. What do we got? We're still recording. Yes, here we go. Let's see if we can, there's one. All right, one came loose, but we try to keep that in and get the other one out. Ah, damn it. Well, I got one loose. See if I can get the other one loose. Damn. Again, just need a win. It keeps fucking with me. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Can I text? The whenever the compressor turns on, because it's this cheap little Husky 1 gallon, but I swear to God, it's like, oh, you want a compressor that sounds like demons from hell? Like that's what this thing is. It's so loud. Maybe she's watching. Prima, are you watching? Do you think it's too loud? We'll see. Yeah, but all right, we're getting those pistons out. Sweet, that's good. Seals, cool, nice. Let's see if we can get. See, we just pull this one out, maybe. Sometimes they don't want to come out with air, but sometimes you can just get them out. No, maybe not. Let me see if I can put this one back in. There we go, put that back in. And hit it with some lower PSI and see if that'll work. Let's see, has she said anything? I don't think she said anything, so we're gonna try again. I'll hold the big one in. There we go. Oh, come on, did both of them come out? Almost. I just want both of them. The trick is to get one kind of all the way out, another just, you put it back in, see that one's almost all the way out, you just kind of hold it in a little bit. There we go, we got both. Nice. 1 and 2. And they look good. I don't see any weird corrosion, surprisingly. I forgot if these are like ceramic or something. They're pretty strong stuff. They're able to withstand a lot of heat. Anyways, we'll set these. I really made a clean arrangement. Oh yeah, cool. Oh, that's pretty gnarly in there. You can see that. Show the camera. All right. Sweet. So we got one. Let me get the other side out, and then we will continue. Does this have? I needed the. Damn it. Did I throw that away or did I keep it? 10. Let me. What do I do with those? Hold on a second. I think I can maybe get these out. Maybe if I can plug this. Oh, there we go. Sweet. If I can get them out with bare hands. They both want to come out, which is good. I just need to plug this with my fingers. There we go. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright, come on. Just another little group. There's one. There we we go. So we got the one out, but we need to keep the seal good. There we go. There we go. Just need to get the other one out. I can do it. Come on. No. Come on. Get out of there. That's a delicate balance. You gotta get one out and then push it in just enough to where it makes a seal. But you gotta hold that one and let this one come out. So it's like a little dance. So I gotta do this one, put a little bit of that. Come on. There it goes. There we go. We got both of them out. Sweet. Oh, if we can get it. Oh, come on. Come on. You know you want to come out. We got one. That one's a little dirty on that side. That one's definitely need to clean. And this one. Come on. There we go. Ooh, look at that. That looks like maple syrup of doom in there. That one's good. That's a good one. Both out. Yay! One caliper taken apart. We are making progress, guys. If you've been here from the beginning, we've had some highs, but we've also had some lows. I'm still so sad about this fucking Milwaukee bits. These things are expensive. Fuck you, Milwaukee. Damn it. But yeah, so let me clean these out a little bit. Just soak up some of the brake fluid, and then we'll give them another run on the clean. Give them another little quick clean. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't have stuff in it. And then we'll go from there. We'll absorb all this crap. Ooh, this one's nasty. This is where it was hiding the gunk. Ooh, yummy. I have to clean that one out. All right, yeah, that one needs a brushy clean. Add some more of this stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, who else is rebuilding motorcycles or has rebuilt a motorcycle? Because there's a lot of times that people just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a brake rebuild, and all they do is like spray with brake cleaner and then replace the brake pads and then change the fluid. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a brake rebuild, that's a brake service. They're like, yeah, total rebuild, follow my guide. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's see what kind of seals are in there. Like, I changed the brake fluid. I'm like, that's not a full rebuild. Full rebuild means everything comes off, everything. Let me go see if I can find the new bolts. I'll show you. I've got bolts for everything. Let's see here real quick. Let me find them. There they are. There they be. Okay. Old bolts, new shiny bolts, and they're a flat low head. Ooh, there's something in there that's scary. Those are a little thick on the. I'll have to check that out. All right, let's see. Let me just check one of those just before I have a mini panic attack, because Ducati is famous for, oh, well, that's a specialty use. I'll make a specialty bolt for it. Like, they make specialty bolts for everything. All right, let's see. Everything's good. Yes, we are good. Okay. Because there's been, I've had 4 or 5 different bags of bolts. I was like, yeah, this is the right bolt. We're good. Same. No, it's Ducati. Not same. So, let's see. All right, so what are we doing now? Let's try and get this one apart. Man, this one's nasty. All right, let me just set these kind of in there so I know where they go, or which halves go with which. I don't know if this is kind of like engine parts where exact pieces need to go back with exact pieces, like head bolts or something like that has to be replaced. Almost lost that thing. Let me keep that thing safe. All right, let's see here. Let's attack this. See if we can get this one out. Let's get their old looby doobs. this thing's lost all the propellant in it, so it just kind of flows out. Let's see. Oh, we're going in. That's good. Trick. Lube. Make a puddle of lube. Puddle of lube. And as you can see, it will just start going. Oh, that one got a little excited. That one kind of ran off a little bit. That's all right. But tapping with metal does make a difference. It does help it get down in there. I don't know how efficient it is or how good it is. Oh, these things look nasty. I'm gonna have to really scrub these. Let's see. All right. And this stuff makes a great cleaner. Like, if some of my degreaser doesn't get after it, I just use this stuff and it really cleans things off, which is kind of nice. But let's see. What did I use? I used, there it is. Let's see. Whoa, those are M10. Those are bigger. Maybe I can use my other thing. All right, so let's go ahead and stop this camera because I'm going to put this back in the vise to get this one done, because I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with this, because this thing, this Banjo bolt rounded off on this other front caliper, and I don't have anything good enough that will grip it, so I have to get some sort of bolt extractor kit to get that thing off, because I don't know if I tried my my vice grips on it yet, but I don't have high hopes for it. Anyways, let's move you guys over here. And move this over here, get the camera going right there. All right, you guys are coming over here. Let me move the compressor. Let me check what the missus said, if I'm already pissing her off and making too much loud noise. The thing with having a little kid. Gotta make sure. And I'm like under the weather. Like, if you guys see like a dribble of snot, just leave a comment. Be like, dude, clean your shit up. Because I'm just now getting over a cold. Or the tiny remnants of it. My wife and child got the brunt of it, but apparently I have an immune system like a ox and just get a sniffly nose. All right. So what we're attacking now, for those who have just tuned in, we're trying to take apart these motorcycle Ducati Brembo brakes. It's on a barn find motorcycle that's been sitting in a barn for 10 years. They are nasty. I've already broke Allen bit trying to get some other ones off, but we used the nifty twist trick to get them off. This one looks like we're going with M6. M6, I think. It's definitely a bigger bolt. Let me get some of the good old trusty liquid wrench penetrating oil. Don't use WD-40. Get a dedicated penetrating oil. It will save you a lot. All right, and then a little bit more penetrating, a little bit more taps. Try to tap the bolt if you can. And then let's see if we can get this in here. You guys see that? Kind of fucking my fat titties are in the way. All right, let's see here. Ooh, you're leaking brake fluid. Let me put a little nose job in there. Cause I wasn't able to drain the brake fluid out of this one. I don't think there's much in it, but it's not good to get brake fluid on. I have some nice paint down here it's nice, it's old, but it's still paint. I don't want to get brake fluid on it. Because if I don't know that it got on there and it sits on there for a week, it will eat straight through whatever that is, even if it's old. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Yeah, all right, we'll tighten this down. It's kind of an odd angle, but I think we'll get a good purchase on it. All right, let me turn this back on, zoom that in, lock that down. Let me get my number 6 bit. 6, I'm pretty sure it's a 6. It's gotta be a 6. Oh, that's an 8. Oh my god. I think the 6, the red tape wore off. Yeah, there we go. So 6. Yeah, it's a 6. Let's go ahead and get this guy, adapter. This guy. See if we can bust this loose. Alright, can you see? I think you guys can see, right? Maybe. I think you guys can see. Yeah, yes, don't do it. Took her forever to sleep. Ah, fuck. I think I did fuck up. I kind of woke her. Alright, anyways. Let me move you guys a little bit so you guys see better. Because last time I did this, we made some cool sparks by breaking tools. So it's always fun to break some tools. Not really, but let's see how it goes. This is our setup, because I don't trust my socket one. This is the other brand that I have, but this Duralast, you can even see that one starting to round off. See the discoloration on the edges? These Milwaukee ones are pretty badass. They do not give a shit, and they will just rip. All right. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, that kind of scared me, but it just came loose. That's all it is. Let's see. Let me see if I can just get this deep in there. That's what she said. I'm too old for that. I should stop. Let's see if I can get that. Like that. Maybe. Oh, no. It's like not wanting, it's an odd shape. I think I should give a little bit more. All right, here we go. Don't break. Oof. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice. Ooh, that one's tough. Yeah. I don't even think I can get that with a ratchet. I'm actually pulling on the breaker bar to get this one loose. All right. Okay. Yeah, that one was on there. Ooh, see, this is different. This is what I was expecting with that one that broke a bit, like super corroded, different types of corrosion, old Loctite. This is what I was expecting, but not really. Hopefully, oh damn. That sucker's in there. See if I can get it out. All right, what do we got here? That's embedded. There we go. All right. Nice. Now, on to the next one. All right, you guys are giving me luck right now. I'm excited. We got that one out, and that one looked pretty bad, so. All right, here we go. Come on. What is it? Big bucks, no whammies? For anyone older, you know what that is. Big bucks, no whammies. Oh, God. Man, feeling that? That's right at the edge of breaking a bit. I don't know, you ask me how I know how much force it takes to break a bit. I've done it a shit ton. And it's funny because like most motorcycles, I really only work on European or Japanese bikes because they're all sport bikes. American companies don't really make sport bikes other than the Buell, and the Buell is dead. I know it was revived, but it's dead. Anyway, so I'm only using metric. Okay, let's get this off. I think. All right, let's get this off before I start leaking brake fluid everywhere. This guy wants to come apart. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That thing is eating. Looks like the rear caliper had zero love for it when it was sitting in the barn. Yeah, but the faces are good. Good seal. O-ring looks good. Yeah, but you can see there's like an old spider's nest and an old crispy spider. That was one thing when I was cleaning out the other calipers, there was spider nest all night, but there was like dead spiders right next to it. I was like, did you literally just like fail at life? You're supposed to crawl out of the egg and like go flourish, but you like crawled out of the egg and died. Like, how does that happen? But these, I hope that's just like dust or whatever. These are pretty gnarly. I think that's brake dust, but hopefully these pistons are okay. But yeah, yay, that's exciting. We got those apart. That's a good one. That's a good one. But on to the next task, get this out. Gotta give it a few lub taps. All right, almost, yes. I can't recommend Milwaukee bits enough. Even that's on a freaking, what is it, 2-foot breaker bar, and this thing was like, nah, bro, I got it. But I don't know, it took the other one to snap, but I was cranking on that thing. Any other Allen bit would have snapped or rounded or whatever. Like I said, like I don't trust these. This is from Duralast, this is from AutoZone. I don't trust these fucking things. But yeah. All right, yay. Oh, I gotta, see? I messed, what's going on here? That was weird. All right, hold on. Let me, I gotta film showing the two halves. Nice, okay. All right, I can stop that right there. Sweet. I think we're gonna have a little intermission, a little quick cleanup because shit's getting a little disorganized for my liking at least. All that is just moving some shit out of the way. Wiping up some gunk, kind of planning out what I want to do. This needs to come out. That O-ring can go there. You can see the O-ring. Probably enough soak those. Maybe these bolts are toast. Look at those things. Those things are nasty. All right, let me go throw this in the trash. I got a few other things. That's one thing that I haven't done. I have a trash can on the other side of the garage, but I never move it over here. I'm like, what are you doing? Get your life together. You're constantly like getting rags and paper towels dirty. And I have the trash can on the other side of the garage. So hold on a second. Let me go throw those away. Sweet intermission. Alright. That's good. Alright. We are back in business, boys. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm going to go ahead and try. Before I think the smart thing to do is try and get this apart, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with that, and these things are always knocking things over, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get these out. I only have 25 PSI of pressure because this cheap, I'll let you guys see it. That cheap Husky thing leaks like crazy. All the fittings are terrible and they just leak air, so let me see if I can get something out of 25 PSI because I can't turn the compressor on anymore because our little one's sleeping. Let's see here. On this side. Got that there, that there. I'm gonna plug that. Come on. Oh, I need to get the camera rolling. There's one thing, when I do lives with you guys, I always forget to record, so. Alright, let's do this. There we go, here's a little beep. Means we're in business. Come on. Alright. We only got one shot at this. Oh yeah, oh that squirted everywhere. She was excited. Alright, that's good. We got it moving. Oh, it's still got pressure. Oh, okay. Alright, we're good. Nice. Sometimes I've done it where I'm pushing out the pistons with a compressed air, and there's something in this like conjoiner line, the thing that bridges the oil between the two halves, and I'll be like, oh, it's come out, and then when I let off my hand, I guess whatever decides to let loose, and then it goes pah, because it holds pressure in there instead of like letting it out. And that's exactly what I think just happened here. These are so dirty that you can see the gunk in here. Yeah, there's a lot of gunk in there. See that? That it clogs that line, but it holds the pressure. So I was about to take my hand off, but it felt, right as I was taking my hand, I felt it move. I was like, ooh, you are still have pressure on you. And I mean, this isn't that big of a piece of metal, but if it comes out with any sort of force, I don't like metal things being thrown at my face. That's never good. Yeah, this thing's pretty good. Yeah, we're good. No rust. It's got whatever coating on this thing is strong. No corrosion, no big chunks missing out of it. It's good. This, however, is nasty. I'm gonna have to run some brake cleaner and some God knows what through these things to make sure the passages are clean. And then I'll have to run brake cleaner through them and then compressed air and make sure they're definitely clean. But this is just to get most of the brake fluid and stuff out. But ooh, look at that. That's some nasty stuff. And some of that dark black stuff is actually coming from the seals themselves, because when the seals start to fail, they'll rub away their black rubber lining. But yeah, that's cool. All right, so we got one out. That's good. See if we can get that one out. That'd be nice. And that way we're only left with one caliper to dismember. All right, let's see here. Yes, I guess it only takes 25 PSI. Sweet. That one really didn't want to come. Oh, look at the dead spider on there. Oh, did you hear that? It still had pressure in it. So this one was the same way. It was super dirty. And that passage is clogged. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, and if you guys want to see long form content of my rebuilds, just go to my main channel. I have a couple good rebuilds. Go check out my S1000 rebuild. I rebuilt a 2024 S1000 RR that had a low side incident, and I had to rebuild that, and it turned out awesome. I put on some custom fairings from, what was it, Monster Fairing on there, and that bike turned out awesome. I just had to let it go pretty quick because it was so fucking expensive. Oh my God, those things are crazy expensive. That bike, brand new off the showroom, was like $32,000. I bought it for $8, put another $8 in it, and then sold it for $25. So I made roughly 10 grand off of it. But still, I tapped out my my savings and fun money with that bike. And so I did a ride review on it, but I only rode it once because that scared me. I was like, this is a financial ruin if I wreck this bike. And I actually only got, I got insurance on it, but I only did insurance for a day, full coverage, because that thing was so expensive to insure. I think it was like, to have full coverage, I think it was like $1,500 to $1,800 a month. Because everyone just goes out, rides them, and wrecks them. So insurance companies are like, you're going to probably write this thing off, aren't you? But not me. So I only used 1 day of insurance. I called them. I was like, hey, can I do 1 day of insurance? We're like, well, yeah, just activate the policy, go do what you need to do, and then just give us a call, and we'll go ahead and terminate the policy, and we'll give you the refund. And I was like, wait. What is the outpay? Do I have to pay the $15,000 out of pocket and then you guys refund? We're like, no. It's just it's the initiation and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, yeah. So go check out that long form format of the S1000 build if you guys like watching rebuild content. And this is my second of these Ducatis that I rebuilt. You'll see on my main channel a Ducati 996, which is the same motorcycle as this, almost 100% except for the displacement. This one's a 748cc motor, and then they made a 996 later in the years, which is just everything on the bike is almost exactly the same, everything except for the displacement. It's just a little bit bigger. So I rebuilt that thing. I didn't go as deep in this because that was my buddy's bike that had been sitting in a garage for 10 years, and it was an air-conditioned garage. Then it sat in his house, in his office for a year or two, so it was well taken care of, and I did not see this on that bike. There was just old fluids, clutches need to be replaced, rubber seals need to be replaced, so it wasn't bad. All right, this is good. We got 1 caliper, 2 caliper. Now, this is the tricky one. Because, as you can see, it's still got the brake hose attached For those just tuning in, I have a conundrum. I don't know if I want to just go ahead and undo these bolts and take it apart and leave this on here, because this guy got rounded off when I was trying to take it off because my socket was sitting awkward on it. I didn't realize the socket was interfering with this brake hose. So when it was sitting on there, it was sitting kind of cattywampus, and I was like, yeah, and it went toonk. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I just put it back on, and toonk. I was like, oh no, what have I done? I wasn't paying attention. And so it's pretty rounded. So I don't know if I want to try and get that off first, or if I should just go for the bolts. What do you guys think? All right, you guys choose the destiny. How many people are watching? We got 30 people watching. Someone say it. It's up to you. What should I try first? The caliper, what are these? Mounting bolts? Not mounting bolts, caliper building bolts? Or should I try the Banjo bolt? Which should I try and take apart first? Or attack first? Because these two look pretty rusted. I'm a little nervous about those two because I already broke a bit trying to take off the other one. So anybody would want to chime in? All right, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try and get some vice grips on this real quick, just see how bad I can round it off, see how bad I can make it. Let's see, excuse me, we go there. And I have small vice grips. Maybe I should get the channel locks. These might be better. This might be a better idea. All right, let's get my camera rolling. Always gotta get the shot. You guys are behind the scenes, so you see the continuous flow of time, but this is what makes the long form content. This is what makes it. I'm trying to fucking do this thing. All right. This is what it has to. All right, what am I doing? So that's righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I need room. How am I doing this? So I need it this way. There we go. See if I can get to it. Of course, I have everything in the way. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see. See if I can get this with the. Ooh, man, deja vu. Big deja vu. Holy crap. I think in another lifetime I was doing this exact thing. That was a long one. I don't know, do you guys ever get deja vus? Like, what the fuck are they? Is it just your brain is being retarded and is processing the information just a half second late, so it feels like you've done it before? Or is it there's another universe out there that is doing this exact thing? A little deep, but anyways, continuing on. Let's see here. Oh, bitch. All right, let's see if I can get it. Of course, I can't really get a good. Oh, there's a good grab right there. There we go. That's a grabber. Let's see. All right, that's a thing with this freaking hose. It's just. Okay, I think this one's gonna go nice. This one's going nice too. Yeah, this vice has been really paying off and really making its money worth tonight. Again, if you guys need a light duty vice to work on motorcycles, again, bad branding for this vice, but this is a gun vice called the Smart Jaws. I don't think it's called Smart Jaws, it's called something else, but it's a gun vice and it's on a ball mount, so I can turn it flat, swivel it. It has these removable covers that can do plastic or soft rubber. It's pretty sturdy, and it's got locking pins, so if you want it to be really sturdy, it'll lock it vertically or lock it horizontally. So it's pretty good. I don't know. All right, so let's get you guys set up here. All right, cool. All right, there we go. Let's get this locked in here. I don't want to do this. Let's do like this. Try and get it as level as possible. Try and get it in the middle too. This vice, even in the instruction manual, like, don't put it at a, try and wedge or like vice grip something on the very edge, because it's not that strong. Like, I can't yank on it because the The screw on it isn't that big, but for just holding something, it does a good job. Let's see, you know what? Just give her old, before we yank at it, let's give her old 13. I think it was a 13 or 12, I don't know. Let's give her old try again. Maybe, I think I have a 12 point, might help. 13, is that 12? That's 11. There's a 10. Where are you, 12? Where are you at? 13. Where are you, 12? Right as I need a certain socket, it's gone now. Oh, and that camera was like, no, fuck you, I'm going to sleep. 10, 11. Where did you go? 15. Does it not have a 12? 14. Okay, that's weird. Could have sworn I had. Sorry, I'm trying to find it's a 12 point. Here's the setup. If you guys want to check it out, this is the setup of my thing. It's like a standing desk, which is cool. And it's got 2 drawers, which is really all I need. Like all these tools is really all you need to take apart a motorcycle. You don't have to have a giant tool chest, some pliers, small stuff, but really that's when people are worried about. I get that question a lot in some of my other lives. People are worried about like, hey, I want to start rebuilding bikes. Well, what kind of things do I need? I'm like, you can really just get like a basic toolkit. The biggest specialty stuff is like the big sockets that you need for like axle nuts. Let's see here, where is... 2 seconds. Hold, please. I guess I don't. What are you, 11? That might be usable if I hammer it on. I just want to have like a 12. That would make sense. The 13 wouldn't make sense for it to jump from 11 to 13, would it? Huh. That's weird. Unless I have it on a table somewhere. What is you? Let's see. What is this? It's a 12. Actually, might have enough grip on it. We might be okay. I say that, but I don't know for a fact. Really? There's not a 12? 15, 11, 7, 13. WTF, bro. The fuck? Okay, that's weird. Right, but actually, that 12 felt like it was gonna grip, so let's give this a go. What machine is that? What machine? That thing? That's a Ducati 748. It's like the iconic motorcycles that you've probably seen in The Matrix, the one where the girls, what is it? I forgot what her name is. The girl in The Matrix rides the motorcycle off the 18-wheeler with the Asian guy on the back. That's this style bike. It's a Tamburini style. They had a 748, a 916, a 996, and a 998. And they all look exactly the same. It's just suspension was a little bit different and their engine displacement was a little bit bigger or smaller, but they all look exactly the same. But it was a badass bike, and this has been one of my dream bikes to have. And my buddy had one sitting in his garage for 10-ish years, and I finally wasn't rebuilding the bike, and I was like, hey, I'm not rebuilding anything. You want me to get that bike running for you? So you can actually see that on my main channel, the long form content. I've got out 4 videos on that bike. It's already done and gone, but it takes a while to video edit because I'm trying to rebuild the bike, trying to take care of a little child, and then trying to edit. It takes a while, but go check out my YouTube channel and watch those long form content. It's the same bike, just that one's red, this one has yellow fairings, and it's a smaller displacement. But the difference was his bike was sitting in an air-conditioned garage for several years. This thing was sitting out in Ohio in a non-sealed barn covered with a tarp for, I think, 10 years. So I've replaced all the fasteners, all the hose clamps. Oh man, like you can see, like even just now, like redoing these bolts, or redoing these calipers. Got all new bolts because all the bolts are just shit. They're not good. So, yeah. But this bike's pretty cool. It's a 748. Just Google it, Ducati 748, and they all look the same. But it was like a poster motorcycle for me because they were like early 2000s, like 1996 to 2003 or 4. And that's right around when I was like 10, 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. My age went with the year, so when it was 2000, I was 10 years old. So that's like prime, like, yeah, I want, you know, sports cars, motorcycles, and this was kind of like one of the dream bikes. And then as I got older, I drove like sport bikes. I raced sport bikes on tracks and stuff, but I never thought back to this thing because this was like the Ferrari back then. But now it was just like, oh, jump on a CBR 600 and you're good to go. But is that stock or modified? It has modified. I don't know. It has aftermarket exhaust on it, but they're not anything fancy. It has an aftermarket fueling chip in it, and I don't know. I think whoever did this, they put the wrong chip because on these older bikes, it wasn't like you get an ECU and you send it off someone to reprogram it for fueling and mapping. And these, it was you had a chip called the EEPROM chip, and you take out the OEM one, it says 748 on it, and you put in the Terminioni chip, which is like a common main brand exhaust system for these guys. But these aren't really common, these D&D exhausts. They were big back in the day. They came out of Texas, out of Fort Worth, Texas, but I think this guy just slapped a chip in there that had more fueling on it, because when I was rebuilding the intakes, the throttle bodies, the intakes just looked like they'd been just doused with fuel. And I was like, oh, this thing's been running rich for a while. So that's the next thing I'm gonna do. Once I get everything rebuilt and get this thing started up, I'm gonna go and take it to a guy that can map to tell me what the air fuel ratio is coming out of this thing. And if it's like super rich, then I gotta find an OEM EEPROM chip. It looks like just like a chip that you just drop in to hopefully lean it out a bit, because it's not necessarily a bad thing to be running rich, but it's better than running lean. Running lean makes your bike run really hot, but if you're running rich, it just smells and can underperform a little bit. It can make the throttle a little twitchy. It can bog down a lot in the lower RPMs, like just little performance loss. So, but anyways, yeah, as modifications go, nah, it was all stock, but as modification go, as what I've done, this thing is practically gone through 100%, except for taking out the cylinder heads and redoing pistons and stuff. I didn't do that. It was just all surface stuff because it had compression. The oil looked good. It's been sitting. The guy before me looked like he took care of it and then just lost. I don't know what the backstory is from this, because it was sitting in the barn. A friend of his said, let me sell that for you. Took it, sold it. I bought it, got it driven down to Texas. And it was just been kind of a basket case of, I don't know what I'm getting into, but we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, so anyways, let's attack this Banjo bolt right here that I've rounded off a little bit from some subpar Pittsburgh. Who knows Pittsburgh? Where does Pittsburgh come from? Harbor Freight. These aren't the cleanest gripping ratchets, or what are these? Wrenches. Because it started around, what is this guy? This is a Husky. I've had like just a generic Husky toolkit for 25 years, and it's never let me down. I've never broken a Husky tool yet, but I have snapped, broken, rounded off a lot of Pittsburgh stuff. So I'm hoping that just from me using this and kind of rounding it was the issue, but right now we're going to try and get this a chance. Feels like there's hope. But yeah, this is behind the scenes, so all my stuff is recorded by this guy right here, just a little point and shoot camera. So whenever I actually go to like do stuff, I have to get a little bit quiet because I'm filming, and my style isn't necessarily like full on ASMR, like, oh, let's hear that bolt crack, snap. No, I just try and keep it background noises a little bit so you don't constantly hear me blabbering, but you guys get to hear me constantly blabber. Anyways, if you guys are looking for cameras, I recommend the Sony ZV-1. It is a good point and shoot camera. Has the same quality as the Sony FS series stuff. It's a good camera. It's a small package, but it gets the job done. All right, here we go. We're running out of battery. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, you guys can see this. Oh. All right, let's try the old brick bar. All right, fingers crossed. Who bets it rounds off? Who bets it comes off? I'm betting that it comes off. Please come off. Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah. Mechanics 1, bolt 0. Fuck you. Sorry. There's a lot of animosity built up with this thing because I was scared that this was going to round off, and that's one of the tools that I don't have is like a hex bolt extractor tool. I've seen a lot of grip edge commercials for their bolt extractor tools, and they're pretty spiffy, but they are fucking pricey. So, all right, let's see. Oh man, there's brick everywhere. Let's prepare for this. Not like an idiot. Let's since the bike is right there and stuff, and I don't want just like some brake fluid just dripping everywhere. Let me get another little piece of towel. Here we go. I was looking for you. Put it in this guy, so whenever I tilt it around, I will not just dribble brake fluid everywhere. Have you guys ever done that spill? All right, man. I wish you'd have. Hey, thanks, man. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for watching. Go watch all the long form content on my YouTube channel. Go check that shit out. But yeah, I've done that before. I've messed with brakes with bikes sitting here, and I fucked up some fairings by splashing brake fluid on them and not realizing until like weeks later. I'm like, oh, what is that? Is that like a? Is that? Oh, that's paint bubbling off the fairings. Shit. So. Don't play with brake fluid. It's not fun if you mess things up. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Where are you at? Alright. Oh yeah, and always, one thing I don't like that I always see on like, I don't know, newer tools or I think it's Sonic tools, and maybe Snap-on has it. I really love knurled sockets, and then like anything that has knurling on it, because case in point, I'm trying to just use this to do it off, and I have brake fluid on here. If it was knurled, I could do it, but like I can kind of do it because this bolts. I kind of can't do it. Hold on. Yeah. So if you guys are gonna buy tools or anything, or need to buy new tools, get something that has knurling on it. It really comes in handy when you're just trying to, you don't want to put the ratchet on it or anything. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching. But yeah, I highly recommend getting stuff that has knurling on it. And I'm at the point that I think after this build, I think I might go ahead and bite the bullet. Oh, that one's pretty actually. That one's actually pretty nasty. Yeah. I have all new Banjo bolts too, so don't worry. I'm not being irresponsible. I'm going to put old Banjo bolts back in here. But what I am doing is I have to, this will be another thing that I have to do is just, I just do a little fitting and I blow air through these to clean these out. And then I'll do a full flush with these through the calipers, like a lot of brake fluid to make sure, not necessarily that good brake fluids in the calipers, it's mainly to get the gunk out of this and flushed out. So anyways, so that's here. I'm gonna put this over here with the other brake line real quick. All right, sweet. Now, that means that people are still setting off fireworks. But I live in Houston, so sometimes I don't know if it's fireworks. No, I'm just kidding. But let's let's see here. Let's put a little plug in this guy because there's quite a bit of fluid in here. Alright, put a fluid in there. Tear that off, and we'll put a plug in the other ones. And I got the brake bleeders out, plus the Banjos obviously out. The brake bleeders were all super corroded, so I have new one of those as well. I have these kits that have a little bit of everything. Got the seals, bleeders, washers, even red rubber grease. That's one thing that was nice. This came from brakecrafters.com. I ordered another one straight from, I think it was Gotham Racing, who specializes in these older bikes, but they kind of just middleman Brembo stuff. So this came straight from Brembo, but this one comes from them. Like, I'm not trying to be a purist. I don't need like true OEM stuff. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've ridden on some really crappy brakes before, but as long as we're not leaking brake fluid, I think we'll be okay. So first, let's go ahead. I need to reposition this thing because this is what's next on the list. Is we got to get these bolts out. You can see over here. As I dance you over here, you can see over here. I've already got one apart, but to get that one apart, I have broken one of my good bits, one of my good Milwaukee bits. So I'm hoping everything goes swimmingly with these, because two of these are rusted looking. They look a little rusted there, but I'll give it a little loving here in just a second. Let me get this stuff out of the way. But yeah, so I can't recommend this stuff enough. Liquid wrench. I've been saying this the whole live, but it'll be like a broken record for you guys that are still watching. But if you're just tuning in, liquid wrench penetrating oil. This is the good stuff. A lot of people are like, yeah, WD-40. Well, WD-40 is for water disbursement. You'll actually see in one of my other long form videos where I rebuild a Triumph motorcycle. When I was rebuilding the engine, I used WD-40 on that. And it was because I rinsed off the motor after taking it all apart, and I was rinsing it with degreasers and water, spraying it, and then after I sprayed it with water, I just fucking doused it in WD-40, and that's the whole thing, is to get rid of kind of water, standing water, anything, and then I blew it all out with an air compressor, and then I sprayed it again with WD-40 just to get rid of anything. And this is another trick. So if you guys have ever used an ultrasonic cleaner, same idea. You got fluid, you got tiny little passageways of the threads. They might be blocked, they might not be, but you can actually see here, see how there's fluid standing on that one, but there's no fluid standing on this one. So that lets me know that the fluid actually went down in there. These are giving me some heebie-jeebies. They have fluid standing there. That means they're not letting the fluid go down. But tapping it kind of helps. It can help. So I know it went down on these because it's not there, but you can see there's a lot more. Actually, I have to wipe that up a bit. There's a lot more fluid coming out on these. But remember, if you have access, always lubricate the ends. Don't forget that, because this is actually where the threads are. And it actually can work its way down the threads a little bit faster from this end. Most times when you're working with bolts, it's like into the unknown or into a case, or you can't reach it, but these you can. So this is good news that I can reach this, and gives me the opportunity to kind of give it a good thorough soaking and tap down. And I apologize if anyone has their headphones on. This tapping is fucking loud, sorry. I'll only do it a little bit more. Hold on. Oh, see, that one's completely dry. That one soaked it all up. This one didn't. That one didn't, and that one didn't. Damn. So, I mean, I know at least one of these is going to come off for sure. Now, this guy is going to want to come off. Yeah, I think just soaking it up. Yeah, that one soaked it up. Now, let me wipe off the rest of this. Yeah, we'll let that sit for just a second while I get kind of clean up here. I've kind of made a mess. I'm kind of a clean freak, organization wizard. All right, so that's something new that I didn't predict. All the other bolts on these calipers were this flat, what is it? Shallow shank? I don't know what you call it, shallow head. And on the rear, they're normal or deep. So I don't know if that really matters. I think it'll be okay. But anyways, something to pay attention to. When I was ordering parts, I didn't notice, but that's why you gotta take your time when ordering parts instead of like me when you're rushed and trying to just get through it and like, let's do this, let's get all the parts we need. And then, oh fuck, I had ordered the wrong parts. All right, let me move you guys back a little bit. We'll do a quick intermission cleanup. Or actually, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So that one broke. So this is my only hope. I say that kind of depressingly because I don't. Let me see if I need a bit that's a number 5 that I trust. Because that's a 6. I don't need a 6. These have been pretty good. Let's see here. Is there 5 here? Where is it 5 at? Where'd it go? 5. Is that 5? I think that's a 5. Oh, that's pretty shallow too. What is this one? That says Harbor Freight stuff, but Harbor Freight has actually been. That's a 5. This security bolt kit. I don't know what it is, but these bits are strong, and the actual bit, they're not very deep, but they're strong. I don't know. I've used them on the Impact before, and they did a pretty good job. So I'm gonna use them again. And this, I think I trust this one a little bit more. And this is a. Don't ever buy tools at like AutoZone. This is Duralast. I just returned a 6, or got a number 6 replaced because it rounded out, and it not only rounded the tool, it rounded the bolt, and that was a nice, gotta drill it out, blah, blah, blah. This is number 5, and you can kind of see the coloration on the edges. Yeah, it's starting to round out too, and I only use this if I really have to, and if it's on like light torque stuff. And that's the first thing I just want to replace is all my bits, because really all I use is Allen keys or stars. There's really not that many instances where I use wrenches. So I really need my workhorse tool to be all the bits. And the Milwaukees have been really good, but just ended up snapping that one. So after I'm done with this live, you can rewind it and watch me make a huge spark as I snapped it off. It's quite exciting. But hold on, I need to switch out the battery on this camera. It just died. Or I think it's dead. Is it dead? Let me check. Are you dead, or did you just close? Come on, tell me. Yeah, it's dead. Okay. It's new battery for you. Yeah, these on this point and shoot camera, they're tiny batteries, which it's all right. It makes them real portable, but they run out of juice quite quickly. Especially when you're doing long, continuous recording. There we go. Let's get a new true OEM battery in there for the diehards. I'm all about the Amazon cheap Chinese stuff, because if you can get the job done for half the price, it's still getting the job done. All right, let's see here. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right, recording, cool. All right, I'll move you guys in for some excitement too. Give me some room to do some work. There you go. Can you guys see? Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, again, reminder, this is a gun vise. It's pretty cool. It's on a ball mount. It swivels. Go check out some of my fork rebuild videos so you can see how useful this is. If you guys are rebuilding motorcycles, I highly recommend getting one of these. They're so cool. Like, it's got pins, metal jaws, plastic jaws, shape for a pipe. Oh, they're heavy duty. It's got a foam side. So it's really versatile, and I don't know, it's gray and red. It's manly colors. I'm really happy. I think it was like $250 or so, and it's exactly what I need. I don't need like one of those crazy like 10,000 pound whatever. Oh shit, I'm recording. I need to stop talking and get to business. Anyways, yeah, so if you guys are doing motorcycle rebuilds, I highly recommend getting something like this. Let's see, let's get my fingers out of the way. Okay, feels pretty solid. All right, that feels good. Everything's locked in. All right, let's see. Ooh, yeah. Let's try you first. And we're going with this guy. Oh, nice. Nice. That is good news. The most rusted one came right out. That is good news. And I do attribute that to tapping. Putting fucking penetrating oil on it and tapping. It sounds like it's dumb and wouldn't work, but it really does do some miracles sometimes. All right, make sure that's seated. All right, here we go. Let's line blocking that, blocking that. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. 2 for 2. All right, I'm not gonna take these all the way up, just enough. All right, here we go. Come on. 3 for 3. Oh man, dude, my heart is racing. I really don't want to round one of these out because I hate drilling shit out. I really do, but come on. Oh yeah, that was good. All right, we got good vibes all around. All right. Don't be a bitch. Don't be the one that fucks it up for everybody. We're in a good mood. Just come out. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Just go with it. All right, let's see. All right. All locked in. All right, oh, goodness. Yes. I just won the bolt lottery. I don't know. It's such a good feeling when you're working with rusted bolts and it just like, oh my God, it's gonna snap, it's gonna, and then it just comes out. That's like, it's one of the biggest reliefs ever. Like sometimes, dare I say, sometimes better than sex, because it's such a stress relief. Like, oh, thank God. Because one bolt can turn into hours of work of trying to get it loose. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys. I just moved you guys back a little bit just so I could have some more room so I can film. Alright, let's get these guys going. Actually, I'm going to be leaking brake fluid. Alright. Did I spill any brake fluid anywhere? No, we're good. This over here. Alright. Yes! Fuck yeah. Sorry. The kids watching. I apologize. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, cool, sweet. Now, do I have to get those? There's a lot of tools that I brought out for other stuff that I don't have to do anymore. Alright, let me film this real quick. Alright. There we go. Alright. What do we want to do? Let's just do a ratchet. Ratchet. See, like, there's no torque on this. That's when I'll use these Duralast bits, where it's like, I know there's nothing that can get fucked up. Actually, I think this is easy enough to. Alright. See, that one wasn't that bad. Yeah, has anybody rebuilt calipers before? Has anybody gone through the, I don't want to say scariness, but anytime you're truly trying to rebuild and like get the seals and stuff out and actually take them apart, these caliper building bolts or mounting bolts, I forgot what they're called, sealing bolts, they're so scary because they're always experiencing so much heat and stress that it's like perfect for getting seized. Oh, this one feels a little gritty. I wonder why this one made it pop. I think this one. There we go. Oh yeah, this one got stretched. I don't know if you can see that at the very beginning on this threads. Hold on. See how it's a little bit deformed? It's a little bit discolored, but it got a little stretched. Oh, heavy on the torque. Nice. Faces look good. Faces look good. It's got fluid in it, but yeah, cool. Nice. All right, that's a win. So now we're going to try and get this O-ring up. These O-rings actually are surprisingly pretty in good shape. They're not flattened out. And nice. So let's see, is there anything on this side? So I can probably get this side out real easily. Let me get this side out. Because I only have 20 PSI left because my compressor is leaking air and I can't turn it back on because my little one's sleeping and this little 1 gallon compressor is so loud. Let's see if 20 PSI will do the job. Let's see. Right? No, it is not. Sadly. Dang it. Oh, this looks. And this. Well, it looks like I won't be getting these out tonight. Ugh. That's a downside when you have only like late nights to work on your stuff. Sometimes you have to make noise, aka impact, or running a fucking super loud compressor. That's the other purchase I would like to make is, one, I would like to get the best bits on the market. Hold on, let me turn my camera off. I'm blabbering. But I can blabber to you guys because you might understand my pain. But I really only use Allens, and I just need to watch Project Farm. Have you guys watched Project Farm? That guy is amazing. He's a national treasure. He's really given so much value. Like when people talk about like, oh, when you create content, you need to give value. That guy is the like definition of giving free value. He's literally buying, or I know he's making money from YouTube, but I'm glad he is because he's able to buy all these products and then he does his own testing. That isn't like, oh, well, in the lab, blah, blah, blah. He just redneck testing, like, let's see how much it goes before it breaks. And we'll break 2 or 3 of them and see how it does. And I'm just so grateful for that guy because I've bought so much stuff, like whether it's gasket maker or wrenches or hammers, fluids. He did a review on penetrating fluid, like WD-40 versus thing, and this came out on top, and I was like, I'm getting that. And this thing has saved me just now when I took these apart. I don't know if those would have come apart if I didn't have some of that penetrating oil in there. I don't know. It could be a placebo effect, but I know that I believe in it and it works sometimes. But the biggest thing I would want to do is just the best bit set. And then what else do I need? I need good ratchets because I use ratchets a lot. And that's really it. I actually upgraded because of Pittsburgh. You know where Pittsburgh comes from. I had to go take in a 1/4 inch ratchet because it was just like the classic 1/4 inch one, and they didn't have any. And I was like, "Fuck! All right, let me get one of these new fandangled things." I don't know if these have been around for a long time. The angled ones like this. I don't know if this is a new thing or I don't know. I've never seen it before, and this has been kind of cool. But yeah, I just need good ratchets. And that 1/4 inch, the mechanism kept jamming, kept fucking up. And you can actually see on one of my lives where it just ended up stopping. And I was like, oh, damn it, I need to get a new one. So that morning I went and swapped them out. But this is kind of cool. I'm really happy with this. This is actually paid off because there's a lot of times where I can only get into it as like a reach like that versus actually ratcheting. So this is actually kind of cool. I might get a set 3/8 and 1/4, or what is it, 3/8 and half for that. But anyways, let me show you on the bike because I'm at a stopping point. I'm not gonna, because I want to make sure that I get all of these taken apart. You guys can kind of see. I want to make sure I get these, bust out these. These are already out, so you can see even I clean these like crazy, but they're still nasty. And I want to use some different cleaners on them. I did degreaser. Again, for those who have seen my videos, I always use this stuff. Don't use normal simple green. It will cause that white corrosion on aluminum, whatever that chemical is. I don't know what it is. What is it? Does it say it on here? Anyways, this stuff is safe on aluminum, and all motorcycle stuff is aluminum. There's steel stuff, like steel bolts every now and then, but most of it is aluminum. And if you're trying to clean stuff, I had some simple green on the other bike, and I was cleaning it, and I saw after it dried, I came back the next day, I was like, what is this white powder all over? I was like, oh my God, the fucking simple green. But this simple green HD Pro, this plus there's another version that's like aircraft rated. That one is also aluminum safe, but they do a pretty good job. It's a pretty good degreaser. I also have this, I don't know if you guys are into car detailing, but there's a company called Armor Detail Supplies. And I'm not big into car detailing, but I love watching, I take it back. I like watching car detailing videos, and I like watching comparison videos, and one of them is like car detailing stuff. And I was like, all right, let me just order one of them that everyone's like hyped about, and one of those Armor Detail Supplies. And the new thing is called waterless wash. And it's pretty much, you can spray it on a car and wipe your car down, and it's got so much surfactants, but also lubricants in it that it won't scratch your car, but it will actually clean your car. So I was like, whatever, I'll buy some of that stuff to wash the bikes. And you can see in my S1000 rebuild, I actually washed the bike with all those chemicals, and it did a really good job. But the thing I've been so impressed with is this waterless wash. I have it diluted 64:1, and sometimes this is stronger than this. And sometimes this is a refillable bottle, and you're supposed to get it down to like, I think it's like 1 to 50 or something, or you can do 1-on-1 or straight dilution. But I had this a little bit where it was just straight degreaser, and sometimes this diluted 64 was doing a better job cleaning, and it blew me away. And I was like, whoa. I don't know what this waterless wash stuff is, but here, let me go grab the bottle just so I can show you guys. I'm trying to plug them a little bit, but I've been so impressed by it that I try to at least let people know that aren't aware of like quote unquote high-end detailing stuff, because I thought that detailing stuff was just go down to AutoZone or O'Reilly's and riding around a dirt bike. Anyways, so this is the company, Armor Detail Supply. This is their car soap that's like, oh, you spray it on, it's like super foamy and pretty. But this is the shit that really gets me. It's rinseless wash. Okay, cool. What does that mean? Well, it just means you can spray it on a car, wipe it off, and it's clean, and you don't scratch your car. I was like, all right, whatever. That's kind of hocus pocus bullshit. But yeah, it said like, anyways, 64:1 for waterless wash. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do that when I'm wiping down some of my OEM fairings. Like you guys can see the fairings over there that I got. And I use this to like do wipe down and like spray it on and wipe it down. But every now and then I run out of this. Like I have the big bottle over there, but in a pinch, like I don't want to go run over there, start filling up, start trying to figure out what the dilution is. So I just use some of this, and holy shit, this has been a pretty damn powerful degreaser. And I was like, wow, this is supposed to be just like a slight cleaner for people that can't use water in like Arizona or desert regions where they're like, they have water bans. But yeah, if you guys are looking for stuff, there's other companies out there that are like mainstream, not mainstream, but like big names. I think it's like DIY detail, I think they also have, and there's like some other ones, but I'd never heard of a rinseless wash before. But I got it just because I was like, oh, there's like a 2-for-1, I need some soap to wash the motorcycle, I'll get this, try it out. And holy shit, like, actually, you know what, let's do a demonstration. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just, let's do a 50-50 here. You guys will get to see me be like my YouTube hero, Project Farm. Oh, where are you guys going? We're gonna do a little quick redneck test. We'll do side A, side B. So I think I still have enough of the degreaser. So if you guys are still with me, you'll get to see side A, side B. Because I still need to clean these guys. But yeah, we'll do one with the waterless wash and one with the degreaser. So let's see here. And then where's a little brush? I have a brush somewhere. We'll just do it straight. I normally have just like a cheap boar hair brush to kind of exercise it, but yeah, let's see here. Let's try to put a towel underneath because my table is kind of tilted, so it just runs off at my feet. Anyways, let's give this a shot. All right, so this is degreaser. I think this is 1 to 2. It's pretty strong. Like I try to keep it pretty strong. And it's on my last little bit, but let's see here. Let's put it. All right, got that one coated. That is the Simple Green HD. I think this is diluted 1 to 2, like almost straight degreaser. This diluted 64 to 1 is a waterless wash, whatever the fuck that means. If I can get it to spray. Come on. This is just like an old, you can actually see, this is the old Simple Green bottle. I actually dumped that old Simple Green out to use the other one. But anyways, come on. Come on, fuck. Hold on, I gotta spray this vertical to get it there. There it goes. Come on. All right, there it goes. All right, let's see. All right, we'll let that sit for just a second. I will, I think I have another brush over here. Yeah, I have another brush over here. This one's a little bit softer. Let's see. Let's do, I don't know, it's a little bit uneven. What we'll try and do, I'll do this. I'll separate the brush. There we go. One for up top, one for down low. So we'll see. This is a very soft brush, so not much cleaning will possibly happen. But yeah, this is the kind of testing that Project Farm does, but he does it with multiple tools over and over, and just simple like testing that it just makes me so happy that someone's doing it. So if any one of y'all are his fans or whatever, I am a big fan of that guy. Anyways, all right, so that's one, but now we'll switch and do the other one. Let's see here. And remember, I've already cleaned these several times with different degreasers and whatever, but let's see if it makes any difference. All right, so yeah, let's look at the bristles. Oh, wow, look at that. You can actually see something. So this is the waterless wash. This is the degreaser. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is less dirty. That is more dirty. You can kind of see it there. Less dirty, more dirty. This was from the waterless wash. I would just assume that the waterless or the degreaser would lift more dirt, aka spreading it on whatever is trying to clean it. So that's kind of point A. Okay, that kind of gives a point for waterless wash. But let's just do a little quick. These are two very dirty spots. Let's try here. Let's just do a paper towel and give it a wipe. Yeah, that stuff is baked on. Yeah, I mean it's kind of coming off. I don't know, I have to soak this stuff in like some serious things to get this stuff off, but I don't know, that's all right. Let's see what the Simple Green did. This might be a weird comparison. You can't really tell a difference too much. I mean, there's stuff coming off, but it's so baked on there. Yeah, it needs like a plastic bristle. I need to get after it with a the chain cleaning bristles, chain cleaning ones, the really thick ones. But I mean, it's pretty close. It is just a liquid And they both have surfactants in them. One's a quote-unquote heavy degreaser, but the other one's, oh, I'm just a friendly car detailer thing. But I've seen this waterless wash outperform a 1-to-2 ratio of this. So that's 1 to 64 outperform a 1 to 2 of a true degreaser. But maybe that degreaser is a little bit weaker because it's safe on aluminum. If you guys are looking into like cleaners and stuff, go watch some car detailing stuff. The next thing that I might buy, like, that might help me is wheel cleaner and iron removers, because like there's a lot of stuff that builds up here on here, and they use like, what is it, iron fallout from the brake pads. But I just want to see if it'll remove rust just in general, like oxidated rust, like off things. There's the axle, not the axle, the main, what is it? Not axle, but the, I don't know what it's fucking called, but I'll show you guys. Check this out. So the main drive right here, I put a new sprocket on it. Sprocket, new bolts, new holding plate, but the actual rod itself is rusted. And I got some scrub pad on it. I got some scrub pads to go on it, and it cleans up a little bit, but I think I'm gonna try and do some steel wool on it more, because the rust pads didn't really get into the grooves. And I might get a Dremel to get in between each groove to kind of get in there, and then coat it in like a chain wax or an oil or something so it doesn't rust again. But yeah, apparently I've seen people use those iron fallout sprays on heavily rusted things, and like got them pretty clean. And then when they like use the scrub pad, they're perfectly back to bare metal. It's like, huh, I never thought of that. I only use like WD-40 or liquid wrench to kind of get them out, which also works, but it's one of those things that like I didn't see it coming. I didn't see a waterless wash being like my go-to cleaner, which is kind of weird. But anyways, guys, I'm at a stopping point because I want to get everything out before I put all the seals back in. That way it's kind of like assembly line, and I can't turn this piece of hunk of junk 1 gallon compressor on because it'll make way too much noise. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Here, before I leave, let me, I don't know who else is tuning in, but I'll give you a quick rundown of what's being done to the bike. Give you a quick show for guys that have tuned in and haven't seen it when I've shown the bike. Unplug you. There we go. Yeah, so this is the bike that is being rebuilt. Oop, so I almost trip and die. Oh, what did you do? I almost died in the garage. But yeah, this is the bike in question. This thing was, everything was rusted on it. I've replaced every bolt except for a few. And if you see bolts like this, I will be replacing those. Replaced. And you can see the caliper was painted red because it had red fairings on it, but none of them were OEM except for the tail. And the guy before just decided, oh, I'm just going to spray paint the calipers red. So I got some citrus strip and stripped them and then rubbed them down, and I still need to go back over them with a scrub pad. But yeah, almost everything I've replaced on here. All these hose clamps. Kind of looks pretty with all the new hose clamps. All this stuff was like white, corroded. The hoses had been really jacked up. All these bolts are new. You can see all the bolts. All these shiny ones are all new. All new hose lines. New quick disconnects. Some Oetiker high pressure clamps. These are pretty cool. If you guys have never messed with Oetiker stuff, you'll hear it a lot in like PEX stuff for like housing. They use those Oetiker style clamps. Well, in injectors, they really like to use this because it's a sleeved design. And it's got not just the outside clamp, but it's got a sleeve to protect the hose. These rims were chrome. You can still see I hadn't de-chromed these. I was going to de-chrome these because these are chrome, but it's failing. And the wheels were chrome and failing and flaking up everywhere. And so I sent them to or I went to a dechroming station or a chromer and reverse process, pretty much putting them in a bath, electrodes, and doing a reverse of it and sandblasting them. And then I painted them, spray painted them this gold that kind of matches. It's actually pretty close to the brake rotor color, that painted rotor color. So that was a nice surprise. That was just like a duplicolor wheel paint. It actually turned out really good. I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I've replaced almost 90% of the bolts on here. And then I still have more bolts to replace. Like you see here, there's old, there's new. Yeah, nice new, clean. And like even hose tees, all new, clamps. And then here's the stuff over here. This is my wall of parts. This was the stuff that was on there. You can see the remnants of stuff. These are OEM fairings. That's crazy. One piece of this OEM fairing normally goes for like $200 something. I found a full set from a guy clearing out a storage unit for $500. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Would you take 400? Oh yeah, sure. I'm like, okay. Let me check. And they were pristine. Like, they're really good. Like, yes, there's a few scuffs on them, but to find a full set that is actually matching, it's a Ducati 748. Yes, it's an S. This isn't an S. An S, I think, has like the upgraded suspension on it, but they are pristine. There's no big cracks. There's a few small heat distortions and cracks in them, but I can fix it because I fixed it on the other one. And I went to a paint shop and got the tank matched to this color because the tank was the red, but these tanks can run like $1,000, $1,500 to find a matching one. I was like, nah. So I paid, I think it was $300 for this and $100 and something for that to get painted. And they matched perfectly. They did a really good job. The only problem was this thing was rusted on the inside. I didn't realize it because it has a tank liner. And I looked and I was like, oh, it's got a tank liner. It's fine. But when I went in there to like, I did something. I think I dropped a bolt in it. And it's got a big opening on the bottom. And I felt in there and I was like, oh no. The lining was lifting up and there's a bunch of sketchy rust in there. So I have to get in there and I found a solution that's, what is it? Citric acid and washing soda or laundry soda. And it makes it's like a non-acidic rust remover. And there's a big name brand. What is it called? Comes in a big jug. Rust something. What is it? I can't remember. There's a big name brand that's a non-acidic rust remover, and this solution where you put citric acid with washing soda, it makes it like a safe one. So I'm gonna do that in that tank, and I got a plug to plug the big opening in it. But anyways, here's all the brakes and stuff. But back to what we were talking about, bolts. Here's all the bolts, not all, but most of the bolts from the bike that I've replaced. And then you can see these are, I ordered a bolt kit that replaced all the visible bolts. And these are all stainless steel, which is kind of okay. It's okay, kind of. Stainless steel doesn't play well with aluminum. They can actually seize together. But they don't rust and stuff. And these are very low torque bolts. These are just like hand tight bolts, so I'm not too worried. If it was like anything for torquing, I ordered from Bell Metric. If you guys are looking for metric bolts, I highly recommend these guys. There's another big company that has a lot of big influencers. I think it's boltsandnuts.com. They have a lot of influencers and they sponsor a lot of things. But when I was trying to find parts on that site, I could not find the bolts that I needed. And it was kind of frustrating because I was like, fuck, if I can't find them here, I'm gonna have to order OEM bolts. And that's gonna be really expensive. And I was like, and then sure enough, I just tried out with ChatGPT and they're like, oh, Bell Metric, they specialize in metric bolts. I was like, well, let me look through and see if I can find these. And sure enough, they had everything I need. I've gone through several orders of them, and you guys can see those other bolts over there that are gonna be putting the calipers back together. They're also bell metric. So, and it's easy to remember, bell and then metric. And I actually ordered a bunch of these. This actually makes up a lot of the motorcycle, these M6 16s. I ran out, and so I just ordered 25 more. I didn't know how many I needed, but it was so affordable that I was like, I'm just gonna order a bunch. And after this bike build, I'm gonna be setting up like a kit, not a kit, but a bolt storage. So when I rebuild the other bikes, I'll have like, oh, I don't have this bolt. Let me go see if I have some. Da da da. And the ultimate thing would be to order those big trays of different bolts, but it's like gets into thousands of dollars of trying to do that. We're trying to do this on a budget, but yeah, I highly recommend these guys. They've been really quick for customer service. There was a specialty bolt that I couldn't find, and I messaged them. Literally 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, maybe like 2 minutes later, I got an email back like, yeah, we got it. Here's a picture. Here's the diagram. Here it is. Sorry, we didn't have our page updated, but here it is. I was like, oh, cool. And how much is it? And they're like, oh, it's like 49 cents. I looked on eBay and found that the OEM bolts were like $15. I was like, oh, I'll take 5 of those. So bellmetric.com. Check these guys out. It's been a lifesaver and a game changer, especially if you work on sport bikes, because most sport bikes are either Japanese or Italian. There's, yeah, pretty much Italian. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We got to finish the brakes, get those completely rebuilt with the seal kits. I got to do a few other things like get the chain on, get the electrics in, get these guys cleaned up. These are the air intake ducts. These are what go on the side. And then get the gas tank cleaned out of rust, get the brakes on, and then we'll be cooking with hopefully gas soon. I did a compression check, everything checked out, so everything should run perfectly when I go to start it up, hopefully. Fingers crossed that I didn't somehow buy a motor that's exploded on the inside, but I've turned it over several times. I know the starter works, I kicked that up, but yeah, I'm I would say 80% there. And I'm excited because I rebuilt my friend's 996 and I enjoyed rebuilding that thing because I've worked on several like sport bikes, and the most recent one I did was a 2024 S1000, and that thing was intimidating. All the bolts were titanium or very lightweight aluminum, and you had to be really careful when you tighten things down because unlike these where they're just steel bolts with zinc plating where you just kind of torque them down to hand tie, it's fine. On the BM, they wanted lightweight, so they had these really lightweight aluminum, and I broke so many because I was just like, okay, so it requires like 6 Newton meters of torque and then like a quarter turn, and I was like, I don't have a torque wrench that goes that low, so we'll just go with that feels tight, and then give it a little nudge. Yeah, that little nudge broke. I think I broke like 6 or 7 case bolts, not case bolts, like covers, like clutch cover bolts. Bolts like this, like that hold on covers. I broke so many of them, and I had to, luckily they would break, and I pull the thing off, and I could grab some needle nose pliers and kind of get them out. But go check out that full build of the S1000. It was a fun build, and it turned out great, but man, it was stressful because I was scared of all the electronics. There were so many plugs on that thing. Like what did it have? 4, 8 injectors. Had traction control. Had slide sensors. Like if your back end sliding out, it has a potentiometer to tell you, or it actually adjusts the real wheel speed to keep your rear end from slipping out too far and wrecking. Like that bike was epic. I wish I had enough money to hold on to that. And it was super comfortable. Like that's something that people don't talk about. S1000s, they're so comfortable. The newer models, like, I don't know, there was barely any weight on my wrist. I felt like I was more upright. This thing, however, when I rode my friend's bike test riding it, I feel like I'm gonna break my wrist. I feel like I'm doing a handstand on it. I mean, it's not that bad, but it is the most wristy, heavy bike I've been on. But they're just so beautiful. It's like having an old Corvette or old Camaro. In the motorcycle world, this is the iconic bike. And I'm glad that I was able to not only work on one, but this is mine. The title is in my name. I've actually been able to own one. So this has been an exciting journey. This bike has actually taken a little bit longer to restore because I haven't been pressured, because I don't have that much money into it. I think the bike was like $2,500, cost about $500 to get it here. So that's about $3,000. I've probably put maybe about $1,000 in parts and everything into it. So I'm at, what is that, $4,000 into it. And these bikes don't sell for much. They sell for about $6,000, maybe. So I'll make a little bit of profit, but that's not the goal of this. It was mainly, the goal was to have fun rebuilding it, make content for you guys to watch, and also content for me to look back on of like, man, that bike was fun to work on or fun to rebuild. But I don't know. There's always exciting stuff like, oh, let's snap your favorite bit. Damn it. Heck, it was a clean break too. That's the thing you run into. Number 5's like up here. I got one of my good friends, Scott, just got me one of these. And I forgot. I had T-handles before, but when I moved, I forgot them and gave them to somebody. I forgot how useful T-handles are. They're good. But yeah, so long story short, we're getting there. All the bling bling is on there. All those nice new bolts, bellmetric.com. And then we got some tools to use. Go check out Armor Detail Supplies, this Hero stuff. I'm not trying to plug them specifically. Just go check out rinseless washes or waterless washes. I think it's waterless wash that are the ones that are like, it's a cleaner, but it's got lubricants in it so you don't hurt your car. But it's been surprising. Like this thing, like I show them side to side. I use them about the same amount. See, like I honestly think they're about the same cleaning quality. They have the same cleaning power. So that's been a nice surprise. But yeah, guys, I'm going to let you go. It's getting late. It's almost 12 for me. I got to go get rinsed up and eat some late night food. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. But if you guys want to help out the channel, leave likes, leave some more comments before you go. You guys have a good night. Make sure you go check out the other videos. Subscribe. Go check out my long form videos, especially the S1000. Another good one is the Triumph motor rebuild. If you guys like full engine rebuilds, that one was an in-depth one. And then I have like a GSXR rebuild and some other ones on there. I don't have a bunch of bikes, but I have them segmented out in the series. And then at the very end, I have the full build. And most people watch the full build. But yeah, go check that out. Subscribe, leave a comment. Go check out my, not Patreon, I don't have Patreon, it's, what is it called? I can't even plug my own stuff. Buy me a coffee. Apparently that's the new thing to do, is buy me a coffee. Or I don't know, I didn't want to start Patreon because I didn't want to promise you guys something that I couldn't deliver. Like, you need behind the scene footage, you pay $5 a month, and I'll Instagram me. But I don't have time for that, I can't promise you guys, like, extra behind the scenes footage for $5 a month. It's just, if you guys want to help me buy new tools that I break, go to the link in my YouTube bio that's like buy me a coffee, and that's where you can throw me some cash if you guys want to help me either pay for parts or tools that I break. And I'll show you guys where that money goes. I'll be like, see this receipt? This went to the new Allen set. The new Allen key set, not Allen key, but Allen bit set that I need to get. But yeah. Alright guys, I gotta go. I'm rambling enough. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have a good night. Say good night, little motorcycle. You guys, thanks for tuning in.